Good morning everyone. Welcome to the second part of the video. In first part we have already discussed the introduction of the poem No Men Are Foreign. In today's video we are going to start with the content. So I hope all my kids are ready with the pencil and their books. Let's start with first stanza. This box we have already discussed in our previous video. So let's begin now. Remember, no men are strange, no country is foreign. In the first line, the poet wants us to keep in mind that there is no human being that is strange and no country that is foreign. Beneath all the uniforms, a single body breathes. The poet says that beneath all the uniform means all the uniform that army men are wearing. Beneath that uniform, there is a single body, a single soul which breathes. It might happen that the army men of different countries, they wear different uniforms. They have different kind of colors, they have different kind of the sizes, but still beneath all those uniforms, the person, the soul that is breathing is single. Like our army men, they are serving our nation. The army men of other countries, they are serving their own nations. So the soul that is present in the army men's bodies, they are same. Like ours, the land our brothers walk upon is earth like this, in which we all shall lie. The poet is trying to say that the land on which our brothers are walking, it is the same land that we have, and the earth, it is the same earth for everyone. This entire earth, it belongs to human beings. As we take birth on this earth, we live our life, we eat, we drink, and at last we die. And after our death, we all are buried in the same earth. So this entire earth, it belongs to all of the human beings. We are not supposed to divide it into various countries. I hope I am clear with first stanza. You can see the picture of army men who are working hard to serve their nation. The dresses they are wearing, the uniform they are wearing, they might be different in the colors or sizes, but still the body which has the spirit to serve the nation, it is same for everybody. Moving on to second stanza. They too, aware of sun and air and water. They too means the people of other nation. They are also aware of sun, air, water. Are fed by peaceful harvest. By wars, long winters starved. Now what poet is trying to say here is the people of other nation, they are also aware of this thing, that the sun, the air and the water, all these natural elements, all the elements of the nature, they are used, they are required for a peaceful harvest. The farmers who are doing the farming, they are doing the cultivation, all those things, they require the sun, air and water. And if they will not be there, the war situation will be there. In the situation of war, there will be the situation of starvation. Starvation means hunger. If you will not have the proper air, sun and water, and there would be no peace, obviously there will be the situation of starvation, the hunger all around. Their hands are ours, and in their lines we read a labor not different from our own. Now the poet says that their hands, the hands of the farmers of some other nation, their hands and the lines in their hands, the lines which are caused by because of the hard work and the labor they are doing, in those lines we can read their labor is not different from our own. The labor, the hard work they are doing, it is as similar to the labor that the farmers of our nation are doing. So how we are different? We are no different. The way army men are serving the nation, that is also same. The way farmers are cultivating and harvest, bringing the harvest, that is also same. So how we are different? We are not. Moving on to third stanza. Remember, they have eyes like ours that wake, or sleep and strength that can be won by love. The poet tries to say that the eyes they have, they are the same as we people have. They also wake and sleep by the eyes as we people do. And the strength that can be won by love. If there is any kind of difficulty, any kind of problem, that can only be won by the love. The love in the eyes, it can only win any kind of the strength. In every land is common life. Whether it is any land, the life is common everywhere, that all can recognize and understand. The life which is present on this earth, it is common, it is very similar for every being. Whether it is any of the country, any of the nation, the life we have is common, to which we all can connect ourselves, that we all can recognize and understand. Let's remember, whenever we are told to hate our brothers, whenever we are told कि we have to hate the brothers, the poet is trying to say that no men are foreign. That means we all are supposed to live with the spirit of brotherhood. So we need to remember that whenever somebody tells us to hate our brothers, it is ourselves that we shall dispossess, betray, condemn. It is our responsibility that we shall dispossess. We should not accept, we should not come to terms with the betray and condemn. We should not accept the hatred for our brothers. It is we people who have to stand together and say no to all those who are telling us that we should hate our brothers. We should never hate any human being, as we all are one. Remember, we who take arms against each other, it is we people who are taking up the arms, the weapons against each other. If there is the situation of war on earth, it is nobody else to blame, but it is we people only who are taking up the arms against each other. It is our duty to say no to all those who are telling us that we are supposed to hate our brothers, that is the people from other nations. See, in the situations of wars, destruction, nothing else happens, but it is just defiling of earth. It is just destroying the peaceful environment of our mother earth. Now moving on to the last stanza. It is the human earth that we defile. It is we people who are destroying the peace on the earth. We human beings are responsible for it. Our hells of fire and dust outrage the innocence of air that is everywhere our own. Whatever wrong we are doing, hells of fire and dust means whatever situations of war we are creating, whatever destruction, whatever killing of people, the mass injuries and all these things, it outrages the innocence of the air. It is somewhere or the other destroying the air. Which air? The air which is ours, the air which is present everywhere and it belongs to us only. Do we spoil our environment of our home? We never do it. So earth is also our home. The earth, it belongs to us only. How can we outrage the innocence of the air that is our own and that is present everywhere? Remember, no men are foreign and no country is strange. We should always keep this thing in mind, that there is no country which is foreign and there is no man who is strange. Fine. The countries in which we have divided our earth, it is worthless. It is the earth that belongs to all of us. Fine. I hope I am clear with the poem. Now, if I talk about the rhyme scheme of the poem, as I have already told you in the previous video, this is a free verse poem without a rhyme scheme. And another poetic device that you all know is alliteration, which you can see here in first stanza second line where the sound of B has been repeated, and third stanza second line where the sound of S has been repeated. There is another poetic device that I have already told you, isn't it? The repetition. First line of the poem and last line of the poem, they are same, where the poet, he has repeated the line, laying emphasis on the core message of the poem, which is oneness of the mankind. We all are one and we should have this spirit of unity into us. And the last poetic device, as I've already told you, is metaphor, where the poet, he has used metaphor here in the second line of first stanza. Beneath all the uniforms, a single body breathes. Where uniforms, with the word uniform, the poet is trying to say that maybe the people, the army men who are donning those uniforms, they are different. The uniforms are different, but beneath them, the spirit is one, the soul is one, the idea is one to serve their nation. I hope I am clear with the poem. Coming on to the message that poem tells us is, this is a peace poem, and it tells us to stop the wars and look upon the humanity. The poet, he wants to tell everyone that war not only harm others, but the people involved in wars, they injure themselves also. We should know that peace, it brings prosperity, and wars, they bring destruction. So those people who are inviting wars, somewhere or the other, they are ending up with the peaceful environment. They are finishing the peace of the earth. So we have to take a stand. We have to say no to all those who tells us to hate our brothers. We should be united, and we should have the feeling of oneness into our hearts. I hope I am clear with the poem. With this, we'll end the video. I want you all to go through the poem, and for any doubts, you can contact me. Thank you so much.